everyone, and welcome to We Are Crotchety Old Men,
And a woman.
the podcast for you, with you, and sometimes even about you. One of these days, I actually will find someone where it's about them in particularly. How are you doing, Abigail?
I'm doing pretty well, but I'm pretty hungry.
So am I. So we're actually going to start our podcast jumping right in where we were. Well, I'll let you tell the story of what we're eating. So, Abigail, it's all yours. I'm going to grab my food.
Okay, so, a week or two ago, we started doing taste testing live and, give everyone our opinions. Well, I'm not one to eat what I call strange food. And last year, beginning a year or two ago at work, all the people were ordering from a place called Cava.
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 And what is Cava?
Well, I didn't know, and I don't know that I quite know till this day, but everyone loved it, and they once handed me a menu, and I got so confused, I just didn't order. So, Cava apparently is the Mediterranean version of Chipotle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But, I mean, when I went to order my meal for tonight, Wayne, you have to pick so many things.
Okay.
So mine is romaine salad with harissa honey chicken, whatever that is, red pep hummus,
Okay.
tomato and cucumber, and balsamic date vinaigrette.
Okay. So
What do you have?
I picked. I just tried to do this easy. I took their balsamic date chicken bowl, and it's got some spinach, some rice, chicken. Oh, it's got some eggplant in there. I don't know. I just picked it because it looked pretty simple. So we're going to be trying this food now. We actually picked it up. Abigail just took her first bite. She's.
I just took a little.
You took a little.
I can't gauge it yet.
Okay. So, there's a big giant thing of avocado in mine. It's not on the list, but okay. I'm eating this, so I'm gonna try this. And I'm gonna have to talk with my mouth full again. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So the rice is underneath.
So I guess you're supposed to mix it.
Yeah, I guess we just learned that lesson the hard way.
All right, let's mix it.
Okay. Mixing away.
Because I got like a hummus sauce in there, but it was
Okay.
just one big blob.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna mix it, just like I do with Chipotle.
Got it. Mix it. Mix it good. Okay, that's okay. And you're also drinking something, aren't you?
Yes, we're gonna try a red wine,
Okay, we're going to try the red wine and
but go ahead.
no, and I think we're also going to try a white wine and a red wine. So, Abigail is going to go first with her red wine.
So I have clients and that I work with, and there's one particular client that likes to send me wine at least twice a year,
Okay, that's pretty
Which-
nice of them.
which could be considered a bribe, but I don't go there.
If it's under $20, you are allowed to accept it as a gift.
But yes, I did go online to look up how much these bottles cost.
Okay.
And they're not much.
Okay.
So I have not tried this, but it's called Apothic Crush.
Oh,
And it
all right.
just says soft red blend,
Okay.
velvety and smooth.
All right.
So, Arden,
I'll take a sip of mine as well. But what else do we have here? And this is a white bottle of Allen Scott Family Winemakers, a Sauvignon Blanc. Wow, I actually said that. I'm so professional. All right, so it's some kind of white wine. I am not a wine connoisseur at all. So we have our wines and we have our Cava
bowls.
excuse me. So try your wine and tell me what you think.
Okay.
All right,
I'm going to smell it first.
smell it. Are you gonna like?
Wow. It's pretty sweet smelling.
Okay.
Here it goes.
Are you gonna slosh it around and spit it out on the floor or something?
I must say it's pretty disgusting.
Oh, really? What's it taste like? I mean, I don't know anything about wine, so this is pretty fascinating.
Almost like cold medicine.
Oh wow! Is it
Here,
better than
I know
matzo?
you don't like
All right.
red wine, but you
All right,
gotta
all right.
taste it.
Okay. Here I go. Um. Um. Yeah. Wow. Very. I was ready for the big heavy aftertaste, and I didn't get it. Like it was almost watery.
You don't need it. It's disgusting up front.
I would use that to cook with.
All right.
So that's what I would use it for. All right, so I'm gonna try my Sauvignon Blanc, whatever it was called. Hold on. Okay, very very light. I mean, it's pretty good actually. I mean, this is problem is here, have a little sip. I think if I was drinking this with at a restaurant, I'd be a little sad because it's very watery, very
Yeah,
light.
it's very watered down.
I probably can drink that entire bottle without even thinking about it. So, but we're gonna eat and talk at the same time, I guess.
Kind of. We don't need to eat the whole thing in front
No.
of the audience, but
Right. So what
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
do a
do.
taste test.
So I was having a little fun. So while Abigail is eating, I can talk, and then she can talk while I'm eating. So I was watching Happy Days the other day. It's on Amazon Prime, and I actually wanted to see it for the very first for the episode with Chuck, the older brother, who's only in the very first show. And people always say, "Whatever happened to Chuck?" They literally wrote him off after the pilot. I think we may have talked about this in the past.
I don't think so.
Well, so I was watching it, and they had an episode where Fonzie's cousin was snatching quarters off his elbow. He's in one episode, and he goes by his name is Angie or Angie. So I'm watching it, and I remember that as a kid, and being able to do it in school, and it was embarrassing. And it reminds me, what was that thing the kids were doing in high schools and elementary?
The water bottle trick.
Okay. Oh my God, that was painful. The war where the kids were flipping bottles all over the place and they were leaving half empty bottles everywhere. And then you would as an adult, you'd get it and you'd be like, what's the fun of this? Okay, it fell on the floor. Yeah. And if you got it, you're like, okay, yeah, well, this is the greatest thing ever. So what I decided is I'm actually going to take this challenge. Not the water bottle challenge. I refuse to do that. But I'm actually going to see if I can remember how to flip the quarters off of my arm, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do now, while I'm not going to eat yet. What I'll do is I got to take off my sweatshirt, I think. And I am going to I think we had some quarters around here somewhere. So I'm going to let Abigail give you the play-by-play of me trying this. This is our challenge because, once again, we are still going to try the pea blowing challenge, but we didn't get any peas, frozen peas. I forgot to get them today. So this is our challenge, and Abigail was actually nice enough to do some research on this for me. So what did you find out about this? What were some of the records that you saw of how many? Meanwhile, I'm going to take my sweatshirt off.
Okay, so first let me just say about my Cava bowl.
Oh,
I took a few bites, and I would take Chipotle any day over eating this Cava bowl.
Really?
But it's not terrible, but it's just not that good.
Do you feel like you're eating healthy now? Eating it?
Hard to say. I mean, it's got hummus in it. I don't know if that's healthy or what, but like I said, it's okay.
It's okay. So it's kind of foo-foo, but you've been pretty tough on our challenges so far. Pretty much you haven't passed one.
I don't think so. You're right.
So we're gonna have to. So by the way, if anyone has any ideas for a challenge or taste tests or anything else, let us know. We are crotchetyoldmen at gmail.com. We are crotchetyoldmen, gmail.com, or at crotchetyoldmen on formerly Twitter, now X. So, all right.
Okay, so Arden has removed his sweatshirt and his hat before that. So, just so you know, Arden, the record, not the record, but one that I saw on YouTube that was very impressive. The dude did 51 quarters on his elbow. He managed to keep them level, and he did the flip and caught all 51 coins in one hand.
Okay, so I have a little container filled with quarters. By the way, this container used to hold film. And you used to go and have your film deposited. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out a couple. I'm gonna take out $1. That would be 4 quarters for those who don't know how much $1 is. So I'm gonna go sit with a carpeting. So Abigail,
Okay.
you're in charge of the play-by-play.
All right. So he's getting his elbow up. His palm is back.
Okay, I got the quarters on.
How many quarters?
I got 4.
Oh my God. All right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go. Oh my God, you got him.
4 quarters. All right, I'm gonna go more.
Wow, I can't believe that.
All right, hold on. Oh, is this one silver? Any quarter before 1964 has silver in them. And they're
Really?
money. Yep. They make a distinct sound. I'm going for $2.
Wow, here we go.
All right, what do we got going on?
All right, he's getting them level.
Okay, I got it.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
$2.
He did it again. Oh my God, I didn't know you were this talented. It makes me love you even more.
This is not a quarter, I don't think. No, maybe. Nope, that is a quarter.
So, are you going to go for more?
I'm going for $3 now. By the way, the record, what is it? What's 52 quarters? What is that, like $13, something like that?
Something like that. I don't like to think when we're doing these podcasts. So,
Okay, here we go.
all right, 1, 2, 3, go. Damn, he did it again.
All right, I'm going for there's
He's only got a few more quarters left,
I
so
got another $4.25
total.
I might have to break this up into 2 piles.
So that's 11 quarters, isn't it?
Yes, if my basic math is correct.
All right, he's leveling them now. 1, 2, 3, go. He did it again. I wish I had more quarters. There must be a trick to this that you're fooling me.
Would you like to try one?
No. All right, I'll try 1 quarter.
Okay, so I'm going to take over the play-by-play. So I said I used to be really good at this, and I'm in shock that I was able to get every single one of them. So hold on, let me put my quarters back in. All right, so Abigail is ready. She's aligning on that. She just watched me do this. Okay, tell me when you're ready.
I'm not.
She's having problems putting up. She dropped the quarter right off the bat. Okay, she's rolled up her sleeve. All right, so she is ready. She's lined up. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Oh, she didn't handle it. I think we found something that she's going to be doing in the quiet basement by herself. She will get it. All right, here she is. She's going in. She's struggling getting 1 quarter on her elbow. That's the first part of the trick. And she dropped it again. If it's flat.
I feel like the NFL kicker.
You feel like a kicker who's going wide right? Or do you feel like the kicker who's kicking off?
Yeah, kicking off.
Kicking off and the ball keeps falling for the team. Would you like me to put it on you? That would be pretty. Okay, she's got it. She got it level. Yeah. She got it. She got it. She did it.
And I'm not going to go for more.
So that was fun. Goofy. So I've proved that I can catch quarters, and now Abigail is satisfied with herself. That was actually so.
Now you need to try your Cava bowl.
Okay. So in the meantime, what were your favorite 70s TV shows?
Okay, I don't know that I had favorites. I just remember a few of them. And one of them I remember very well because my older sister loved it, and that was MASH. And so I don't remember necessarily all the names of the characters. But again, I know that sometimes their shows were pretty political, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry, I'm eating.
they had a political message to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it still holds the record for the most watched broadcast for their closing episode. Is that correct?
That was not a sport because it's the only because the Super Bowl beats it every year, pretty much. But it's the all time. So all of the shows. But one of the most amazing things about MASH, and you said political. How's this for a character's name? So in the movie, MASH movie, which came out before the series, there was the 4077, was that the name of the unit they were in? 4077, something like that. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
they played a traditional football game against this other rivalry. A rivalry, obviously, it's a traditional football game, and they wanted to win so badly that they actually somehow had a doctor transferred, and take a guess what his name was.
No clue.
Dr. Spear Chucker Jones. Could you imagine literally having a black man named Spear Chucker? That was his nickname. So we had Hawkeye, you had Hot Lips Houlihan, you had Radar, and you had Spear Chucker Jones. I mean, that could not have been any more racial.
Well, another favorite for me was Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah.
But we talked about that previously.
Spin off.
But another show I thought that we didn't mention that night was Eight is Enough.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember that show?
Wow, how many of those characters can you name?
None.
Okay, here's another tough 70s question while we're eating. Who was better, Mr. Furley or Mr. Roper?
Who was first?
Mr. Roper was first with his wife.
Mr. Roper,
Okay,
for sure.
I did like Don Knotts' Frank Furley. So while we're talking about that, another interesting topic came up, and it's about George Carlin. So the George Carlin estate is suing a company, and I apologize. I actually thought I wrote it down, but maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. Dunny, where this group is actually using AI, is creating the likeness of George Carlin, and they went back in and took a lot of his acts, and they're creating a new act for him, and it's actually called "I'm Glad I'm Dead." The George Carlin Show. And by doing
that is awful.
Yeah, it's awful. And they're doing an entire stand-up comedy, and it's going to be on television. The Carlin estate is fighting it, though. They're saying how you don't have the rights to this, which pops up a couple questions. Who and how long do you have rights to yourself? I mean, we have Mickey Mouse, which is the copyright on Mickey Mouse is now over. So anyone can use Mickey Mouse. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a person, now your own likeness, can you copyright your own likeness forever? So that's an odd one. And while you're pondering that, if it is that you can have anybody or do anything, is there any musician, singer, actor, comedian that is dead, that you would want to actually pay to see, and before you would pay to see them? Now, before you answer that, I know I'm throwing a lot at you. So the rock band Kiss just officially retired from physically playing.
Okay.
They are actually going to use, and at the end of their last concert, they left the stage and had AI, what's it called? I was about to say a lithograph. The image hologram. Thank you, my little brain. I need to eat more fish,
or more Cava,
and I'll be healthy. Yes, but they're so they were using holograms to finish their last song for them, and they actually want to have full concerts and charge people to go see their holograms play. So, is there anyone like that for you? And I'm just trying to think of something myself.
You know, that's a tough one because I really don't really care about celebrities that die. But I think if I had to bring back a singer that was more recent, I would go with Whitney Houston.
Oh, that's a great call. That's a good
She
one.
had, unfortunately, so many problems in her life at the end, but boy, did she have a beautiful voice.
I was thinking, like, what about Elvis? I mean, like, I was a little kid when he died. Like, would I want to see Elvis or someone or Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix play? For comedians, I would love to see John Belushi come back. I don't know how, but I don't. Who else would I see? Or a famous person that you could hear give a speech, uh, like if like Ronald Reagan, who was great at giving a speech since he died. I'm just trying to think who else, but just a Martin Luther King, or just anyone. Like, but would you pay money to do it? I don't know. I think I'm a little. Plus, the Beatles have just. I'm kind of. I just thought about that. The Beatles are putting out new songs using John Lennon's voice because they take words from other interviews and songs that he sang in the past, just one word at a time, and created a whole new song for him. Like, it's scary.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I love the idea of AI as far as that, but it is scary. But would you, like, if you're famous now, can you actually copyright yourself and use it? I know, like, people get insurance for themselves.
That's a good point, Arden. I don't know the answer to it.
I'm just thinking out loud. So share with us. Once again, we are crotchetyoldmen at gmail.com. We are crotchetyoldmen, gmail.com. Feel free, let us know who you would like. Jerome, is there any professional athlete you? Well, I guess that wouldn't work. But I'm just thinking, who else? Let's see. What else did we have? What else? Also, have you seen the newest trend where families are surprising their grandparents with sleepovers? Have you seen that?
No.
It's okay. I will admit I had shed a little bit of a couple tears, but you watch these videos, the family, it's like the husband, the wife, and the kids show up at a grandparent's home and said, "Hey, we're having a sleepover here." And the dad, the grandfather, is usually like, "What?" And the mom is like, "Yes." So you show up and you bring so like a lot of them have like teenage kids, and they'll bring like pillows and blankets, and they'll sleep in the living room, and they'll watch movies together, they'll play together, like they play board games, they make cookies. It's really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be.
I think my brother and his family, my mom would she would cry. Great story. So when COVID first happened, without telling my mom, we drove up and saw her. I think it was Christmas morning or the next day. We drove up, we celebrated Christmas, and we showed up at her door. She had no clue at all. We were telling her, this is the best part. We told her that we're having food delivered at 4. And she was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get some food." We ring the doorbell, and she's on the phone with my sister at the time. And she's like, "Oh my God," in that very New York City accent. "Oh my God."
I can't tell you how much I enjoy when he impersonates his mother.
She does sound like that though, but it was awesome. I mean, she was so happy. We only spent a few hours there because it was COVID. And we were separated, but everything else we brought her food. I think we brought her Chinese food or something, but that was great. So that's one of the trends. And on the opposite side, there's new trends because sleepovers aren't happening as much.
So sleepovers are over?
Yes, they are over. And there's so now what they're doing is instead of having a full sleepover, they're calling it sleep unders or later overs, where when it's your bedtime, you're actually going to stay there and you'll just hang out, and then your parents pick you up. So if your bedtime is 9 o'clock, your parents pick you up at 9, so you stayed a little bit later. And one of the really big reasons is kids have a lot of social anxiety now, and a lot of it had to do with COVID, because kids weren't seeing their friends, they didn't know how to react to them. So now that they're 3 years older, they're ready for sleepovers, they're not prepared, and they don't want to do it. They're crying. I enjoyed a couple sleepovers with my friends. It was
Yeah, I
fun.
mean, that's, COVID really, really, really hurt this country. I mean, the kids, telling me that they don't want to sleep over, that seems crazy to me.
Well, did COVID hurt this country as much as Taylor Swift is hurting my chances of liking the
Oh,
NFL anymore?
Arden, you need to get over that.
so
Okay?
so
They show her once in a while. Just shut your eyes.
it's painful. It's pain. I barely can watch football when the Chiefs are playing with Abigail. I just can't. It's horrible. And
And
with so
especially when Kelsey makes a catch.
yes, and then they have to show her. So we need our football update. What do you got going on? So who's playing? Who's left?
Okay,
I don't even know.
okay. I mean, on the AFC side, I don't care really because it's the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I can't stand the Ravens. As you know, I don't like the Dallas Cowboys, but I think the Ravens are number two.
Okay.
So, and while I used to love Patrick Mahomes, he totally has kind of become a crybaby. So I can't pick a different team. I can only pick one of them, and so I'm going to have to root for KC. On the NFC side, it is going to be the Detroit Lions against the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow, I know nothing about these teams.
So Detroit has always been a loser team. They've never made it this far in the playoffs, and now they're one game away from the Super Bowl.
Good for them.
So I'm definitely going to root for them, but realistically, in my heart, I know that San Francisco is a pretty powerful team, but they may get out coached. And you know the saying, any given Sunday.
So, so I'm assuming if the Lions lose, you're going to be rooting for San Francisco against the Chiefs or the Ravens.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I do like what's his name, McCarthy? The Panthers
Running back?
Yeah, the running back. McCaffrey.
Wow, look at me knowing something.
Yeah, he's pretty
Shocking.
phenomenal. I mean, he's amazing. So, again, San Fran's got a pretty strong team. Detroit has a lot of heart. So I'm gonna have to go with them. I've taken a few more bites of my bowl and it's very spicy.
Oh, that's good. I've been nibbling mostly on the pita bread because I've got to be quiet.
Right, but mine's pretty spicy.
Nice. Now, with Mahomes, who's won two Super Bowls. Sorry, I'm talking while eating still. So he's won two Super Bowls, and the comparisons to him to Tom Brady. Your estimation, are the media that are saying this still saying you got a long way to go before you're Brady-esque?
I think it's hard to say because the NFL changes every year. And, Brady was more of a traditional quarterback.
Okay.
Got back in the pocket and threw the ball. Whereas Mahomes, you got to give it to him. He's like a gymnast. He can run sideways, be doing a circle and throw the ball. And, it's amazing what he can do. It remains to be seen, though, if he can make it, longevity-wise. Can he play for as many years as Brady did?
And keep winning.
And keep winning.
And have a team around him that keeps winning. Now, my last question is because I'm more curious, and this is me being naive. Now, do they still do the Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl in between? Like, is the Pro Bowl next week? I think
they moved it, but maybe not. I do know it's flag football now. Did you know that?
No, I had no. Wait, so they're playing flag football?
Yeah, because they don't want anybody to get hurt.
You know what though? I understand it because if I do watch some college football and you see all the guys who aren't playing in the bowl games because they're so worried about getting hurt. So I can understand that. Not in hockey because I know hockey a lot more. Some players don't want to play in the Olympic Games because A, they're not getting paid, and B, if they get hurt, because there was a gentleman who played for the New York Islanders, and he ripped up his knee and missed half the season playing in the Olympics.
Okay, Arden, you had to bring it up
Uh-oh.
about the college players sitting out.
Right.
Okay, I just think that's a bunch of bull.
Oh.
They get free scholarships. They go to school for free. They're representing their school and playing for the team. So for them to sit out on a bowl game is just not fair to the students who attend that college and supports that team.
And if you're like me, who is gets angry that all these state schools that they're paying this out of state taxes, like your team is finally there, and your quarterback isn't playing or your running backs aren't playing, but now they have that rule where they can actually make money on the side. So you would think that those guys would at least play because they're making money, and maybe it could be written in their contracts that they could do that. Like if you make it to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, like one of my favorite bowls, because it's mayonnaise, for goodness sake. If that happens, you actually could have them play if it's in their contract saying we could use your likeness and you're going to represent Bob's Tires down the road. And if you play, you must play in that game. Maybe that can solve that whole problem.
Maybe. All I know is I was infuriated when I read about that.
Well, I don't want you to leave all angry. So I'll play you some happy music. Would that help?
Yes, and I don't mean to be crotchety. I really don't.
Well, you haven't. Okay, so I know why she's crotchety right now. And it's because she finally is taking down her Christmas decorations. It's almost February and her Christmas decorations have not been. She's got them down. I mean, the Christmas tree is done, but I think that's why she's crotchety.
I am, and my Christmas tree is only partially down, and I still have a lot of work to go. So, but I need to get it done before 3 p.m. tomorrow for kickoff.
Nice. And now that you're going to be practicing your coin catching abilities. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening. We are crotchety old men. And a woman.
And a woman.
Darn, I tried to sneak it in faster than her. And thank you. And once again, feel free to reach out. We love hearing from you. Uh-oh. Still having technical difficulties here. I'm not really good at this thing. Haven't learned how to do it. Trying this old new technology. I might have to start singing again. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I don't know. So this is why we are crotchety old men.
And a woman.
Yeah, anyway.
This is a total fail.
Technology, ladies and gentlemen, technology. All right, well, thank you so much. And I'll just hum.
I think you can just end it. Have a good night, everyone.